And I think that in the manosphere today, we have a lot of guys stepping up to the plate or stepping up on their channels or stepping up to the stage or wherever else to talk about how to be a real man. And if you've read my fourth book, which is right here, I have a whole section in this about the quote unquote real man, the registered trademark. Now, the idea of what a real man does is used by a lot of different interests. This guy right here, if I said, hey, Baldoni dude, what is a real man? He would be able to, he just explained this. He's a male feminist. That's a real man. That's what a real man, a real man is the overseer in the locker room. The real man is the guy who isn't afraid to be vulnerable or confronts his shame or gets his friends together and has a guy's weekend so he can like discuss. And you know, it's funny is most like, I don't know what his reason, like, oh, I had to explain myself. I was ashamed of something and I wanted to tell, like, confession is good for the soul. I wonder what he was talking about. But if his confession was, oh, I interrupt my wife. Oh, can you guys help me with that? I would just go you know, like that kind of stuff is just like, dude. But he doesn't understand that. He thinks that makes him more of a man. I'm man enough because I'm willing to talk about that stuff. Like, what is it that is so shame generating that he had to have a guy's weekend to talk about it? He'd cheat on his wife. That might be some serious shit you want to talk about. But if you're going to tell me that you went and had a weekend with your boys so you could talk about how you can stop mansplaining things, you probably deserve a bust in the mouth. So, but that's a real man to him. What's a real man to the guy who's the trad con? Well, he goes to church and he has his own business and he sits around a campfire and he drinks fine bourbon and he has a golden retriever and he goes hunting in the fall and wears flannel and has a beard. And like that's the real man. Like, guys are looking for that. Like all these lost boys, they all want some direction. You know, there's a reason why guys like myself, guys like Jocko Willenick, I guess, you know, guys like Jordan Peterson, they're the dads you never had. Thank you, I'm flattered. But the reason for this is because guys have been, for the last 3 or 4 generations, have one of two, if not both, impressions of what masculinity is. It's fake. It's inauthentic. It's act, as this guy said. It is a mask you wear. Okay, well, if I'm inauthentic by trying to be masculine all the time, or LARPing, as I was saying last episode, if you're LARPing as a man, what's the real one? Who gets to decide what's real? Who gets to decide for me what true, authentic, real manism is? Because right now, according to this guy, women get to define that for you. Women get to say, yeah, the real man is the guy who's just like this. He's hot and he's 5'10" at least. He's got 6-pack abs and he just says all the right things. And he's Matt Hussey, right? He tells all these guys that they ought to be, to man up. To man down. They need to be more like women. They need to think more like women. They need to communicate more like women. They need to feel and emote like women. That would make them better men. Until you go and you look and you see all these women on Tinder or on OnlyFans or on Instagram or anywhere else on social media right now, and you see that those are exactly the polar opposite of the guys that they're hot for. So is that a real man or is that not? Who's the actor? Who's not the actor? Who gets to decide who's acting and who gets to decide who's authentic? It's a mask. You would, if you just took that masculine mask off, you would look like a chick. You would be a woman. Because that's what a good human looks like. And that's what you really are underneath all of that, because you're really soft and pliable and you're just a big softy underneath all that. Let's put down that act. You're not really a warrior. You're not going to shoot somebody. You're not really a soldier. Take that mask off, Mr. Mean Man. You're really a girl under all of that. Because in a gynocentric social order, that's the only thing that exists. And anything that's not a woman is something that's trying to become a woman. In a gynocentric social order. So that's number one. Number two is that masculinity is just simply toxic. It's demonized. Masculinity is toxic. It's no longer toxic masculinity. It's no longer the inconvenient aspects of an innate masculinity, because that's not enough anymore. Masculinity itself has to be demonized. And if gynocentrism is to remain and maintain its preeminence as the social order, now masculinity can no longer just be, there's aspects of masculinity that are good and there's aspects that are bad. No, it has to be masculinity is toxic. And eventually, guys are confused. They either hate masculinity or they're confused about masculinity. So when someone comes along and says, I have the real masculinity card right here, I have the masculinity medal, and if you marry a single mom, you get you're a real man, marry single moms. Oh, you're going to take your girlfriend back after she cuckolded you? You get the manhood medal. Oh, you're going to like sacrifice. Remember, he talked about that in the very beginning of this. You're going to sacrifice your ambitions and your passions and everything else, and you're going to do it all for love, because it's all about love. And you're going to turn it all inward, and you're going to, do some soul searching and talk about your heart. Here's your manhood medal. You're a real man. Oh, you're gonna go and grow your beard out and get a man bun and wear flannel and look like a lumberjack. You get the man. You're gonna go to church. You're going to go to church on it's Easter. You're going to go to church today. You're going to go sing some hymns. You're going to be a youth pastor. You're going to be you're going to run for mayor. You're going to be an upstanding guy. You're going to be an alpha male according to what our ideology would like you to be, because we need those guys. But still, you're going to respect women and you're still going to be part of that. Here's your man medal. Here's the real man medal. And that's the thing, is that guys right now, think that they hold the man medal. Women already do. You'll see this all the time. I've seen, not a week goes by that somebody doesn't send me or retweet me something that says, hey, check this out, Rollo. This girl says that a real man takes back her cheating girlfriend and raises another man's child, and that makes him a real man. Right? He's not the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up. Here's your man medal. You're a real man. You're going against your own innate masculine imperatives like paternity. Here's your man medal, because you're doing what we want you to do. You're going against everything that you're fighting your internal wars with yourself, because you instinctively know that this ain't right, that this is some real epic God tier bullshit, and you're going to tamp that down. You're a man. There you go. How do I be a man? How do I get authentic real manhood? Come to my convention, watch my channel, read my book. I don't know, eat this food, grill some steak. Manhood, there you go. Bing. I mean, think about all the medals you would have if you just did everything anybody told you that required you to be a real man, rather than thinking about what it really means, rather than thinking about what it innately means, rather than thinking about how you evolved as a guy, like embracing the fact that, you want to fight, you want to fuck, you want to do what you're all about yourself. You have innate mental point of origin. You want your interests are about yourself. You're going to build your own business. Great. Awesome. That's what you want to do. I'm not going to say you're going to get a man medal for that. I'm just saying that the things that you want to do, you get to decide that. Not this asshat. Not anybody sitting on a stage, not anybody on a YouTube channel. You get to decide. And that's why I'm going to end this. That's where I'm going to end this today, is because I said this before. I will say it one more time. What do you want? Guys, do not ask themselves that question. What do you want from life? Is that a result? Is that goal a result of what other people have told you? You're going to be a real man if you go to college, you get you make a good chunk of change, and you're a good husband, and you're going to be a good dad, and you're going to make partner in the law team, and all. Is that going to? And you got a good wife, and you're going to finally find this good girl, and you don't care what the risks are. You're going to get married anyways. That kind of, is that what makes you a man? As you get here's your man medal. Is that what's going to define you as a male human being on planet Earth in the year 2021? And beware of guys telling you that now and changing the story later on, because I will guarantee you, and this is how I've seen this. I've been in this manosphere crap, whatever we're going to call it, red pill, whatever. I've been in this long enough to see the cycles, and I see what happens. I see guys who start out strong, They're very empirical. They're very reasonable. They're very rational. They stick to their guns. And then incrementally, whether it's because they want to turn a buck, or it's just simply because they want to appeal to a wider audience or whatever else, or they want to start opening up their audience to women, such as like, say, Evan Mark Katz or Matt Hussey or Mark Manson, or I can name a few other guys who are just like this guy. They're very popular with women, but they want to be popular with men because they want to open up that audience. Let's start doing fitness because guys like fitness. Never mind that that's an innate interest, and you're still attempting to present this as if that men are all the results of their social construction. But that's okay. You don't see guys like this dude, Baldani, don't see the irony in that. I do. And I do because I've seen enough guys go from being very red pill to be very blue pill. They go from being very, very on point about their talking about women's nature, how to get girls, right? Okay, well, that's one thing for sure. But then when you get into like the positivity grift and you get into the real man, I've got the real man medals here. I got this new box of real man, commemorative coins, and I'm going to give you one if you, I don't know, grow your beard long and, chop wood. Here's your man coin, whatever it is. And now what you're doing is you're no better than this dude right here. You might think you are because I'm red pill. I read the Rational Male, blah, blah, blah. You're no better than Baldani because it's essentially the same thing. And eventually, if you keep going, you will be that guy. But at some point, it's no longer about the actual message. It's about appealing to a broader audience of guys who are the lost boys, who are they're looking for the dad that they never had. And if you've got the coin that says, I'm your dad, here's the coin. Like, is it about that, or is it about you appealing to that wider audience? Because this guy right here is appealing to a very wide audience. He's appealing to the entirety of the gynocentric social order. You don't get a bigger audience than that today. And eventually that's what happens. I've said this 100 times. I'll say it one last time here, is that I think that the red pill needs to stay fundamentally apolitical, a-religious, a-ideological, a-racial, a-whatever. It needs to stay as pragmatic and as praxeological as possible. But when you get into the business of no longer exploring that praxeology, and you get into the business of selling the metal, selling the manhood medal, you're just selling the same thing that the gynocentric social order is. You're selling the same product that the girl who says a real man marries a single mommy. And you know what? There'll be guys eventually who were against that who will be for it. Guys who, like you say, well, a real man doesn't care if a bull bangs his wife, right? A real man is into poly, and a real man is into, he's secure enough in his masculinity that it's okay if his girlfriend goes out and, fucks other guys on Tinder. He's a real man because he's okay with that. A real man is a guy who's okay with his girlfriend or his wife having an OnlyFans account. You get to benefit too, right? That's some major freaking God tier self-deception is what that is. But you're only selling the same thing this guy is. Here, a real man does this. Here's the real man medal. And the only reason it sells is because there's enough chumps out there who are confused about masculinity, or they think that masculinity is bad. It's demonized. It's obfuscated, or it is demonized. That's what masculinity is. It's never authentic. And as long as it stays inauthentic, you can keep selling the manhood badge. You can keep selling the merit badge, right? You can give the commemorative coins, the medals, whatever it is. This is manhood. Guys are looking, well, what does it mean to be a man? Well, I'm going to define it for myself. It's all subjective. No, it's not. It's very much objective. There's a conventional masculinity. And this Baldani guy even hints at it several times in this. He'll never acknowledge that. He'll never acknowledge the innateness of masculinity in human males on planet Earth. But he'll be happy to sell you the medal that says, this is what I approve of. This is what a man is in my thinking. Here's the manhood badge. Be careful of who's selling you the manhood medal. Be careful of the guys who are saying, you need to man up, when they're also telling you to man down. because too many guys have been like, enough guys like, responsibility is a really good seller. There's nothing that sells the man metal like, you need to take on more responsibility. You need to start living up to expectations. You need to live up to your potential. That's all about responsibility. And women love that, because it makes for, because they think, most women think that, oh, that'll make a higher quality, a higher value man if guys should take on more responsibility. The problem is they don't see that responsibility requires authority. You will never see guys selling authority as the manhood badge. You will never, this guy certainly wouldn't even dream of that. It's all about empowering her, and don't mansplain, and don't manspread, and don't man interrupt, or whatever the man shit is right now. Don't do that. No. That's not a real manhood. A real man shuts up. Just shut up. Oh, here, ding. I wish I had a ding. You get the manhood about it. You shut up. Good boy. You're a good human, because you shut up, because you knuckled under, not only to me, but to the gynocentric social order to begin with. That's what will make you attractive. That was what will make you